Hey, hey, hey.
Hey.
What's up, everybody?
Everything.
What's up, Tracy Fleming?
Everything.
Everything. Everything is everything.
Everything is everything.
We ain't did this in a minute.
Ooh, a hot minute.
We've been busy. We've been ripping and running. We've been working. We've been multitasking. We've been doing a lot of stuff. And we have not had a chance.
We have not, y'all. Seriously.
Videos,
life been lifing in a good way.
Yeah. I think life and mean life is bad. We ain't supposed to say that. Life been.
We've been having a few little losses.
Oh yeah, losses, family losses. Yeah, that's true. So yeah, that is something right there. How you doing tonight?
I'm wonderful.
Okay. You got you a gift card at work today, and you called me talking about
$50.
Put on your suit.
Put on your red dress. I'm gonna put on my red dress.
Yeah, I'm taking you out.
I'm taking you out.
Yeah, and fortunately for your gift card, I had already eaten.
Don't do me. I could have still paid for the meal. It's just good to have that extra on there.
I just did. But you never asked me what I ate.
What you had?
This is the first.
What did you have?
This is a real live reaction.
First of all, before you get to all that right there.
Right.
Did you tell them to subscribe?
Oh, before we go any further, we hadn't did it in a minute, but that's why the notification bell is good on YouTube. Because when we choose to sit down and do a video, when the notification bell is selected, it'll notify you when we've dropped another video. So do us a favor, subscribe, share,
do all that.
Join the family. This Trey
G.
Tracy and George Fleming. So back to what I've eaten.
What did you eat
So
today?
I was sitting at what my office is, the cigar bar, working diligently, and I got so hungry because I had meetings back to back. No, I had.
Hold up.
Go ahead, you get another try.
You better not say you had no mambos.
I had garlic butter trout, plantains, white rice, and black beans. A piece of trout fillet was about that big with garlic butter, lemon, all over it.
I don't even want to do show now.
It was magnificent.
I knew you were sitting there too doggone calm until I get what you want. You know what? That wasn't right, George, because you know I be wanting to plant. Forget the trout and all that. I be wanting to plant it.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's messed up.
Well, I ate that about.
It don't matter what time you ate. You ate it without me.
Don't do it. Don't do it right now.
I didn't. I did it.
Yeah, so that's what I had, and it was delicious. It was delicious. But I appreciate you buying me an old fashioned while I watch you eat.
I'm glad I ain't buy you nothing but an old fashioned.
Okay.
Even if we wanted to have our favorite meal, you couldn't have had it. You were swole with your big head. Oh, man.
But I took you to get a Krispy Kreme donut.
And you didn't even have to bring all that in. You didn't even have to say that.
I took you to get
it
a Krispy Kreme.
It wasn't good. I just wasted some calories.
You wasted some calories. I told you. I told you that you didn't need it. And I rode almost a quarter of a mile past it. And she whined so much about, but I need something sweet. I want something sweet. I just did a U-turn in the middle of the street. And she started saying, "You so soft. You so soft. You soft."
You love your wife.
I love my wife. So.
I know you do.
Yeah, big head self. So we're just being silly. We're just doing us. We really have no specific topic to talk about tonight, and we just get on here like we usually do. We just strike up a conversation and be talking.
Yeah, but I do. It's not a topic because we didn't talk about it.
Okay.
But I think what we did after dinner and riding around, you know I like to ride. I don't know where I got that from. My mom must have used to put me in a car to put me to sleep and ride because I love riding. I love driving. I like long distance. I like just getting in a car. My idea of a beautiful day or Sunday or nice Saturday is getting in a car with some good music on and just riding, conversating, you know. Before you came in the picture, I was having a lot of conversation with the Lord. But hey, that's the best conversationist.
Hey man, sometimes he's the only person that can put up with you.
What?
Oh Lord.
What you trying to What you trying to say, George?
You was about to say, amen.
Well, oh no, it felt like you was talking about me. But anyway, we took a ride. And of course I had to go to the bathroom. Why did we pull up at the music store? So I could go to the bathroom?
Right.
But then when I came out, he was on the keyboard just playing. Then I got my tambourine. Then we go into the drum room. Yeah, I'm playing like I was
we just two big kids.
Yeah, we got
They was like, y'all need anything? Like, mind your own business. We got this over here.
Listen.
Oh boy.
We done did all that just to go to the bathroom. But I enjoy that, babe.
Oh yeah.
So I think as I'm sitting here, the topic is do whatever you need to do in a relationship.
Right.
To keep life into the relationship in your marriage.
Absolutely.
Because we listen, y'all, we do some random stuff. Right. That's just like, we're not going to mention the name because we didn't give them a fair try. But we were out and about the other day trying to figure out what we wanted to eat.
Right.
And it's a hot place in Alpharetta everybody's going to right now. But we walked in and we just couldn't really get with the vibe. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? And that didn't mean that the vibe was off for anybody else. That's why we're not going to name the place. But we're going to try it again and we're going to tell you, yeah, it's just a vibe. But we didn't feel it. So about halfway going through the restaurant, we're going to sit at the bar. And then both of us said, like, nah, we good. And so we get back in the car and then we're like, man, what are we going to eat? What are we going to eat? He suggests Taco Bell. All right. I was like, sure, you ain't saying nothing but a word. Let's pull in. So he was like, let's even do one better.
Probably a 4.5 star restaurant.
We go to Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
And play some Whipple Gospel to Glorilla. Outside of Taco Bell.
Save the car note.
If the food was good I was gonna tear it down. You already know what it was. Ooh. But do you do those things in your marriage that are spontaneous?
My eyes are killing me.
No, they ain't killing you. No, don't say they're killing you. I don't need you to go nowhere.
Yeah,
what's wrong? You done wiped something out?
I probably have.
Okay, well don't.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Like
don't do my eyes like that.
Let me have my moment.
Yeah, but don't do my eyes.
You're right.
Those are mine. Just like you told me the other day.
Yeah. We got brown eyes. You ain't got no eyes. You ain't got nothing. You don't own nothing.
That fool told me the other day, you belong to me. You don't have no eyes. I'm your eye. Them my legs. That fool say that's my eye. That's my hair. And you don't have brown eyes. We have brown eyes. I was like, okay then. So guess what? I'm saying the same thing to you.
Okay. I'm trying to get them right.
Right.
Yeah.
You okay, babe?
Yeah.
Okay. But what I was saying was that just being spontaneous and doing the things that no matter how extravagant they are, or just the simplicity of enjoying each other's company.
But again, everything is root cause, why, how. It's because we're just the same people. We like the same stuff. We own the same stuff. We got the same movement, same thought process. So we're going to fall into the same lane just organically, right?
Yeah.
So when we left the one spot, and I said, shoot, we hungry at this point. I needed to eat. I'm like, shoot, I Taco Bell right around the corner.
Before we get hangry.
Right, Taco Bell right around the corner. So that's what we did. Pop the radio, pop the phone up. Started playing Gorilla out there. We had the whole Taco Bell patio to ourselves. Now Alpharetta Taco Bell is a little different.
Yeah, it is. It's fancy. I'm fancy, huh? You fancy, huh? Fancy,
but anyway, yeah, that's how we, that's how we groove. That's how we groove.
Yeah, I think that it's so important to do the simple things, and what works for one couple, may not work for another, but it works for us. But just the simple things that will keep you engaging as a couple.
Right.
Just like today, I'm working, kind of wide open, and you sent me that text. Mm-hmm. Just like, I want to let you know,
Yeah.
We're going to keep dating.
Yeah. Sent that text early in the day. Love you with some little rose emojis around it. You know what I'm saying? That's how you start working on getting that booty later at night. So you don't start trying to get the booty when you get in the house. That's how you clear the runway.
So that's. Well, why are we playing? I like it. It's foreplay.
No, it's supposed to be.
It's foreplay.
Yeah.
Or
at this age, if you don't know how to get to it any other way than the old-fashioned way, you playing around. So and plus, I like you enough to play with you like that.
I like you enough to.
There you go.
For you to play with me like that.
You usually call me Big Daddy right about there. Oh boy. So yeah, that was cool. We just went in there and started horsing around.
I know. What you think them people were saying?
Like? Oh, they get that all the time. They get that all the time. People just wander in there and do stuff.
But we just wandered too hard. We just wondered. What would you think? People bad to them?
You know what's an interesting thing to talk about?
What?
And a lot of people have texted me. I've been off social media for 2 months.
Yeah.
All social media, all deactivated. Facebook,
How would you get back on?
I ain't coming back. I'm done. Nothing's wrong with social media. Everybody's like, everything all right. I'm praying for you because I got off social media. My mama said, "Oh Lord, I ain't see you on Facebook. You in Facebook jail again, ain't you?" I got a Facebook jail record. I ain't been to the real jail ever, but the Facebook jail, I'm a career criminal. I'm a habitual offender.
You got 3 strikes.
Oh man!
You was in Alabama. You'll be a lifer.
The chair, right? But so many people ask me about that. Like everything all right and this, that, and the other. That social media is such a powerful tool,
right?
That it was hard to believe that I just elected. Like I just, there's nothing wrong with it. But ain't nothing wrong with it.
No, I think it was God led, and I just want you to come back because see, my family and my friends could keep up with what we was doing. I just don't post like that.
Right.
But I thank God for social media because we wouldn't be sitting here.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
I guess that's why it's so indelible to me.
Yeah.
That you're not on, but it's whatever. You gotta go with what your piece is, and then that gives you more time to help me post my stuff.
Okay.
So,
okay.
I'm good.
But the truth of the matter is, I can't tell you how long I've been on social media. Well over a decade.
Mm-hmm.
In 2 months, hell, in the first 2 weeks or week or two, my productivity level on other things, it had to double. Right? Because you start scrolling just to check something for 5 minutes, hour and a half later, you just start the conversation, talking and scrolling.
You're not
and I've done that for
that.
years. It was literally like, I told somebody, like on Forrest Gump, when he jumped up off the porch and started running, and all the people started following him. Then one day he just stopped running.
Right.
They're like, where we going? He's like, I'm done. I'm gonna go home. That's how it was for me. It wasn't, nothing happened. Nothing was wrong. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, all was good. And one day I just said,
you did.
I'm just tired of it. You know, balancing the various emotions and highs and lows. You see a baby birthday, then you see a girl twerking, then you see somebody get shot, then you see somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, it's too much.
A lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
I mean,
and it's a lot to keep up. But I think it's getting a little bit easier for me because I use it. I didn't really have to do that in radio because we had our own page. But now that I'm in, real estate, I do need to post, and it brings business to me.
Right.
So, but at the same time, if I don't have to be on there for that, I could really care less.
Yeah, you really don't know how to use it. I
didn't. I almost miss you.
Yeah.
I almost miss you because I didn't. You get what I'm saying?
Right. So yeah, nothing's wrong. Nothing happened.
Put that disclaimer out.
Oh yeah, because
ain't nothing wrong with his big head.
Nothing. Nothing happened. I ain't in Facebook jail. My mama asked me, "Ain't nobody blackmailing you, is it?" I'm like, "No, I'm not being blackmailed. I don't have nothing to be blackmailed."
I can't wait till she come to town so I can make her a pallet.
Oh my God. Yeah, so Detroit is coming to the house. Coming down for Caleb's graduation.
Baby boy is graduating.
Yeah, Caleb is graduating from Alabama. He's in the transfer portal. He's taking visits to schools. And we're just happy that he is going to get his master's degree paid for while playing football somewhere. And that's what it's about for us. Get all the free education you can.
Oh, please.
Yeah, so it's all good. Everything been cool.
Life has really been good. I mean, I just said it was lifing because we did. Shout out to my sister Gigi and my sister Marzetta. My niece lost her battle with cancer. Such an ugly disease. So we gotta support that more. That more. But
right.
This is the first time that we've just really it was a heck of a loss. So I had two sisters to lose their kids in the last month. One to cancer and sickle cell. But they came here and did more in their young lifespans with their personality and who they were as people, putting a little light on the world. But it's still devastating, So, hats off to the people that make donations for cancer. And just donating time, money, and efforts into finding out why these diseases, happen, and just the cure for them, because they devastate, and so just to watch my two sisters go through that, very challenging for the family. But Lord, thank you, Jesus, that we know God, so that ease the burden. Somewhat. So, but yeah, other than that, just lifing and getting to know each other even more. Y'all can't see it behind us, but if you remember, I think in maybe our first or second episode. He had a picture up of his grandmother, and I know y'all can't tell because we still got Muhammad Ali up, but I'm getting ready to do some stuff with our office and everything. So I bought a picture of my grandmother up and myself that now we even Steven. And so we've been...
You are from the Villes of College.
That's right. I'm from Collegeville.
No, that's how you just acted just then.
I did. I am. You're right. I'm from the Ville of Collegeville, North Birmingham, North Side, Birmingham.
Throw up a gang side there.
North Side. That's an A. That's an A. That's an A. That's an A. That's an A.
You did have a little margarita during dinner, so that might be the why you thought.
Well, guess what? It looked like somebody else had a margarita through dinner because look how she already laid out and stuff.
Look. She go, get me off the camera. She's something else.
This thing here is some other thing. She knows she cute though.
She knows she cute.
She knows she cute. You tell her. I said I got me a new groomer.
Lulu, what's happening? Look at the camera.
Look at the camera, Lulu.
Say hi. Look over there. Show them your paws. Show them your color.
What?
Oh, I got my thing colored up. Got my bow on my head.
I got my tail colored. All that. I'm leaning.
Ooh.
I'm leaning on Jesus. So, but, like I said, back to if we had a subject. How important? Well, I know I've learned it just through our interaction and through our marriage. But how important do you think it is to keep those small things going, to keep that fire burning in a relationship?
It's very important. But again, I would not move from this right here. You truly got to have somebody that you can exhibit those things to and with ease, right? That's just about being chemistry related, cross-pollinating and chemistry and just having so much in common that it's so easy to do those things. The reason why it's easy to do those things too, because there's not a lot of chaos and arguments and trying to get over something, right? Even if your posture don't say it, sometimes you still have stuff in your mind like, I ain't forgot when you did I said so it inhibits the flow of genuineness when it comes to things like sending a text message or just going into the music store horsing around. You know what I'm saying? So, it just keeps the frequency clean. So it's super important, but I think that's the most important thing I've learned in life. All across life, I don't engage people that don't rock like me, right? If you got a personality super strained and this, that, and I don't deal with your homeboy, I'm done. I ain't managing no more personalities and attitudes. If you can't manage your own personality and attitude and it's conducive to my peace.
In the Middle East with some hair grease.
That's it. Too old for that. Be trying to manage folks' personalities and strange, weird stuff. I take 3 feet back and be like, nah, I'm straight on that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we've done that so long in our lives that we look up and you start seeing who people really are.
That's the key to it.
Yeah. You start seeing who people really are. And you just tell yourself, I don't have to manage your personality. I don't have to manage your ideologies. I don't have to manage your idiosyncrasies and the weirdness and all that. And I ain't saying I ain't got none. But what I am saying is I'm dealing with people that got the same crazy shit that I got. Right? So we both like to hang out the window with our head driving out the window like that.
You call them, I'm not crazy, I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm just saying, unique behaviors.
We definitely have some unique behaviors.
Yeah, and that's why it works, right?
It does. It does.
Yeah.
And but I do think, when you're working on something and you're truly supposed to be together, even if you've been together for years, I don't care if it's for years, for for now or for the future. I do think that you have to come up with something, if this is your person, to make the music last. You get what I'm saying? Right. It's important to continue to acknowledge, what you love in a person or what you like in a person, because that makes, you want to give that to them more.
Right.
And if you have some stuff that has happened in your past, have that conversation and leave it in the past. And I think that's why, unfortunately, relationships go sour or have those dips. You're going to have those anyway, but you stay in the valleys a little longer than you have to. When you don't know how to do those small things.
Right.
Because,
and you rebound faster again when you're not already carrying baggage from the last fight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, or a person carrying baggage from the last relationship.
Right. Exactly.
You know
what I'm saying?
Because if we would have brought what we had let me just put this.
Well, we didn't want to.
Yeah, right. But let me put this disclaimer out.
Okay.
It's not saying that we didn't have great experiences in our past.
Right.
What we realize is that we're more aligned with each other than our previous relationship. Right. Don't make them bad people. You know what I'm saying? Don't make them bad experience. It's just that we're aligned. And I don't even think that has anything to do with age or anybody, age or anything. It's just where we are.
Honestly, it's trial and error because you actually get to learn and know who you are. Not everybody is fortunate or unfortunate enough to be able to start over armed with the knowledge of what don't work, what works right. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And that's
you said something.
Yeah, that's the travesty of when you get together too young, or you get together when you don't know who you are, or you just really ain't.
Or you're not ready to move on because you haven't closed out that last chapter in the last relationship.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And you just feeling the void.
And I think really personally, right, because everybody has different reasons, it's almost like after I finished Navy boot camp, I knew everything that came with going through boot camp. So if I had to do it again, armed with the knowledge, I could do it with ease. Right? Knowing that, okay, this don't work for me and that don't work for me, and this is what I need and this is what I don't need. This is what makes me the best me. Right? You know what I'm saying? Because we all flawed. We all have our own personal traumas. Right? We, no matter what we attain, what our job titles are, where we live, what we drive, what God we serve, we still flawed people.
Right.
And you have to deal with your traumas in order to actually be able to be palatable to somebody else.
Right? Absolutely.
Because I ain't just got to put up with this is me.
Right.
Shit.
Yeah.
And I'm not. Right? From man, woman, boy, girl. Right? So it's such a blessing to have a wife that you really, you're my homie, lover, and friend. You know? Yeah.
I am.
And the prize goes to Tracy. Oh, you had a little situation here. Class of 2022
baddies.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm a baddie.
Shut all that down, didn't you?
That was professionally. This doing all that, but you shed some stuff down. Yeah, you said.
Don't play with me. But anyway.
Don't play on
me. Yeah. So life is good. Life is cool.
Life is really good,
right.
And I think through all of the I won't say tragedy. Well, I can't say
tragedies.
Well, I can say
that's that drink you had with your little soup.
Yeah, I'm doing no drink, but anyway, with all the with the homegoings, even though we are glad that our loved ones are not in pain, I think that's what brought it to light. Like I was talking to my older sister Gigi, that lost her daughter, and I was just like, man, I don't even want to know what that feels like, because it has to be unnatural for you to lose a child before you. You know, that's really not God's design. But we did watch our grandmother do it. She buried all three of our uncles and her first grandson.
Yeah.
And I was telling you, man, going through what we've gone through in the last, we had it within a week's time, and then we go to Cincinnati and we celebrate my aunt with 90 years of life, you know, and just those ups and downs and those high and lows within that short period of time. It makes you assess life differently.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you're not, you know, we're in a whole, you know, we're in a whole different world. The world has never moved like it is now.
Right.
You know, and everything is so fast paced, you know, and it comes at you a lot faster than it seems that when we were younger.
Oh yeah, sure.
And so
technology, advanced and sped up so many things.
Yeah. And so with that being said, just knowing that you have a relationship with God and giving gratitude for the things that we have.
Right.
You know, like moving that furniture from Alabama this weekend, and we had the gratitude to say, Lord, thank you for us being the age that we are, that we and now.
Now that's a sensitive spot. I don't want to talk about that. It ain't too early. It's too early. It's too early. It's too early, Tracy. I don't want to talk about that.
Well, you thought you was Superman. I'm trying to get you. I don't want to talk about it,
Tracy.
Pat Davis told you were strong.
No.
And you took it to another level.
No. That is not what happened. But I do want to avoid that conversation. It's too early.
We'll come back to it, y'all. Just remind us, hit in the comments, remind us about the move from Birmingham, the final move. I moved my final furniture.
Out of storage.
Right.
So, we did go to Ohio. I had an amazing party.
She did.
And then, shout out to Tiki and Adrian. We hung out with them. We had a ball with them. So.
Bing. You just hit it on the head.
Yeah.
You know, it's sad when you can say, man, how many happy couples do we know?
Truly happy.
I was oh my God. She been, oh Lord, I can't say that. I love all my cousins, but some, just some folks you're a little closer than others. And I ain't finna mess up. I'm gonna keep it real now. I'm not getting ready to do that now. Some of my folks, we get along a little stronger and harder than others.
You got enough family members to fill up from the book of Genesis to Obadiah. So I ain't got that problem. So you go ahead and run your mouth too much and say who your favorite, this, that, and the other.
I ain't saying that. You said favorite. I ain't saying never you my favorite, because now you finna make Kareem mad.
Shout out to y'all. Yeah. Shout out. So you go with your conversation now.
So let me just say this. When I tell you, from the time we got out of that car and walked into their home, it reminded me of my grandmother, which is her great-grandmother, home. Just the way, and I'm not talking about the, the look of it. I'm talking about the feel of it. Right. When you used to walk in your grandma's house or your mama's house, and I don't know what's going on here. And you felt at home. We were at home. And I've always, like Adrian, you have people that marry into your family and they've been in the family so long, you forget that's not my biological cousin. He married into the family. Right. But and you've done a great job of that in just this short amount of time that you fit so well into our family. It's some of them family members I'm gonna have to keep you apart from. but you fit into the family. Right. But when we went up, we spent the day with my aunt died, we laughed, we just enjoyed my sisters and we stayed at my cousin Tiki's house. Beautiful home, great community.
But But they got a
deep freezer.
They got a produce section in the basement where we was staying at. Ooh, that air conditioner got to be a commercial air conditioner in the house. They got a Publix air conditioner at the house. That's what it is, Tiki, Adrian. That's what it is. That's what it is. They got a. That's not a residential unit. Cause that shit, I ain't never had a air so cold in my life, and they was like, it's fine in here.
What are you guys talking about? It's cold. We're cold, but. We went to the Kappa's ball,
right?
And they do a lot of great things in the community. They was like, "Cuz bring y'all out, we bought our tuxedo and our gowns." And when I tell you, we had a good time, and just to see his fraternity brothers honor him in the way that they did, I'm just sitting there in real time and like. Yeah, my little cousin, cool. You know what I'm saying?
He's a man of great poise and posture. He's a godly man. He's a family man. And the beauty about all of that is he's balanced, right? You can be balanced. You can be so heavenly that you ain't no earthly good, and
right.
so earthly that you ain't no heavenly good. Right. A sweet spot. That's another message.
And he has a perfect
sweet spot.
I heard one of his brothers call him he's the teddy bear. They call him he's the teddy bear. Yeah. But just to see them interact in their home with their girls, the way they're raising their kids. When we went back to the house, they have a great little movie room. We've started to watch movies and you can tell when people are authentic. I'm not, because she's not gonna put on for her big cousin. I'm her big cousin. She loved me and stuff, but you can't put that kind of love and energy on. You can't turn that on. And this guy's been this way, and they've been this way.
But see, some people are blessed to get it right out the gate. You know what I'm saying? That's
right.
Just, I mean, that is, now that we know how rare that is. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about the true thing, not just. Anybody can be with somebody, and you can grow to love somebody.
Right.
You can, you know what I'm saying? You can make it. You can kick the can down the road.
Yeah,
right.
Of course.
But when you truly, authentically
like that person,
and y'all just you like, oh no, they really just
they
cool
like each other.
They just cool.
They like each other.
Right.
Little children. Yeah. My little cousins. And you met them at the wedding. That was your first time just really being around. Sure. But they cool cousins anyway. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. But just to see them together and then to hear people say, it ain't no happy. Man, there's some people out there happy. Yeah. But you got to be intentional about it. And you got to give people room enough.
There's some happy, but I'm going to put an addendum on that.
Don't be a nigga.
I'm not being nasty. I'm being truthful. It ain't that many. Right? I'm talking about that real. No. I'm talking about the real thing.
I get that.
And shout out to people that work hard at making it work, right? And that everybody destiny different.
And say, but this is the thing. I don't think it's a lot of people working real hard at it because there's so many different distractions. You follow what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just saying, and that's just the way I look at it.
Right.
Because I know too many people just like, okay, well, whatever. As long as the bills paid and
yeah.
You 100%. Mean you don't want no more than that?
No.
Because
I mean, a lot of blueprints. I mean, how do you actually paint a picture of your future from what you've seen over the course of life?
That's the truth.
Right?
That's the truth.
If your parents, I know some kids whose parents were attorneys and that was their picture. They're attorneys. Mm-hmm. Right? And that's kind of a broad sweep with my brush right there. But, it's just kind of like,
You also operate on what you saw and what you was raised in.
Environmental learning. Yeah. Let's just put it like that.
So let me say it this way.
So you tolerate some things that's ignorance because you saying some ignorant shit.
Well, let me say it this way. You don't see a lot of households together. Like you don't see a whole bunch of fathers. And it's like unicorns when you see a good dad,
right.
And I'm just saying hats off to the men and the women are But that's really what we supposed to. We saw a lot of that.
But you're gonna have a lot, and then so times are different. You're gonna have a lot of brokenness when the parents just don't. Once you add a child to the mix or children to the mix,
Yeah,
and you're not with the right, you know what I'm saying, person, it's gonna derail.
But I also think the times that we live in, we weren't seeing a whole bunch of this stuff. That, you know, the social media, though, is great.
Yeah.
You get you know, even though Facebook, it ain't really designed. It works for us being social media, but what they really designed it for was for people to stay in touch, contact. Not to with all the violence and all the bull job that we see going on. So I understand when you was like, you know what, I'm gonna X left with this. You know, it's just getting to be too overwhelming. People. Yeah, just the energy, all that. I get all that. So, with that being said, I'm just saying that you don't have enough people that are really practicing, you know, trying to get to that happy place. You get what I'm saying? But once we start to just recognize it, I know I should know more than 10 couples offhand that I can say, hey man, they really walk with them. I look at Pastor Beavers, they rock together. Yeah. I look at my little niece, Tracy and Jeff, they rock together. You get what I'm saying? But guess what? The basis of all that, they have a stern relationship spiritually.
Right. Everybody, and sometimes you get blessed to hit the reset button. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So again, you come armed, I think, with some things that you accept about yourself, you accept about what you need, what makes it work. Again, going back to our first encounter when we were sitting there talking, one of the things that you always said to me that I wasn't on no bull. I wasn't coming for no. I couldn't use that time getting to know you to concentrate on trying.
You just sent no representatives.
No representatives.
Yeah, it was what it was. Yeah. You know, you were intentional.
I ain't trying to have sex. I ain't trying to. I need to know who you are because time is clicking. Right. So I ain't doing a companion. I ain't doing a plus one, just to say I got some steady on deck.
And you know what was so crazy? Yeah. I knew from our first, like I said, from our first embrace. I knew after we talked those 10 days, 11, or whatever they were, that Thursday, that Wednesday to that Thursday before you came in town, that Friday, it was something that was in me from a spiritual side that was like, man, I'm going to be disappointed if all this conversation that we've had and this great dialogue that we had, that I see something different, you know? And so for me, I saw myself with you, I think, sooner than you saw yourself with me. And it wasn't no girl thing, because guess what? Like, what was my favorite thing? I went to Coretta Scott King. I was doing a little dating. You or whatever, kiss and fall, whatever you may want to call it. But whatever. But my thing,
it's just nauseated.
You're a whole butthole.
This is overwhelming.
You're a butthole.
Go ahead.
But what I'm saying is that I knew very early on that I hadn't.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking at how Lulu looking at the camera.
Lulu looking at Lulu like.
No, baby, but you knew early on that.
I did.
Yeah.
I knew early. Lulu did too. Lulu was the one. When she got on that couch and she was just like, oh yeah, I'm fooling him. You get what I'm saying? I fool. She pull your energy. You know, so yeah, you gotta know what it is you want. And y'all have heard me say this before. You gotta get out of your own way. You know, because I'm just going to speak I said it because of our age, but that's anything. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that mindset is, you got to kind of put that aside. I'm not saying settle, but are you going to put in the work to see if this is really my person?
I want to compromise. When you say you're not compromising and you say, I'm not finna overlook a red flag because of this, that, and the other, and I mean, you can settle at a high rate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And just be like, oh yeah, I like these things that this person does, but really don't drill down and be like, do I really like this person?
Right.
There's so many people that just want a plus one.
Yeah,
that they do so much readjusting when at this point in time I was adverse to readjusting. I'm not finna change nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we came add water and stir. We were again doppelgangers. You the girl, me, and I'm the guy you. Right? So it just worked. So it wasn't no, well, I like her, but I don't like that. Well, I ain't have to do no negotiating with myself and be like, I guess I can deal with that. I guess she got these many qualities, so these four go. These six outweigh these four.
Right.
Right. I was going 10 for 10.
I'm with
9-8, 9-5. It's not.
I'm telling you what my prayer was. I don't want to teach him how to dress. Yeah. I don't want to teach him how to walk into it. You know, that's just where I was.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And so it's not knocking anybody, but I just, at that stage, I was just all taught out. You know, yeah. I don't want to,
you were cool with whatever life had to bring you. If it was singleness, you was going to be happy in your singleness. Yeah, that's where I was. I was like, yeah, I started this journey at 22 years old, 22, 23 years old for a myriad of reasons that I thought were correct as a 23-year-old, and made other decisions because I was just like, hey, I missed the magic, right? Yeah. And at 2023.
You don't really know. You don't even really know what you're doing at that age.
No.
You know, know, but you don't know.
You throw a lot of caution to the wind. Mm-hmm. Right? And again, it's fortunate and unfortunate that at 50 plus years old, armed with all this knowledge, and not even knowledge, right? Because there's a saying that says knowledge is a collection of facts. Wisdom is the application of the collection of those facts, right? So now I have the wisdom to apply what I've learned. Not in the book, not on none of that. Mm-hmm. This is what worked, and these are the things that don't work. I never forget my grandfather told me one day, we was having the dialogue about something. I thought I was tough talking. Yeah, I'm telling you, Granddad, this the way it go. Mm-hmm. He got tired of talking to me. He was cool. He didn't get loud.
Agitated.
So he just said, keep on living.
Right.
Boy.
Ooh, I just hate when my father said I live long enough. You know, now Paula Grandma used to always say the same thing, make you laugh or make you cry. Yeah. And I live by all that now.
Yeah, keep on living.
Keep on living.
I don't argue with young YNs no more. YN, do that. Go on, do that, YN. You got to do that.
Like KT, all those years I was telling him about him being an only child, he gravitated to having a lot of people around him because he was only child. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that.
And his girl cousins and his cousins were more like his brothers and sisters than his cousins. Mm-hmm. But you heard what he said last night, man. I enjoy being by myself. Right. And you're really not by yourself. When you're by yourself and you're having that quiet time and your body is settled and your energy is settled, your spirit is settled, you hear better from God.
Right. And you come to the conclusion that I love everybody around me, every cousin, every friend, every brother, but I'm getting tired of managing people and personalities. Right. And this wrong with you today, and this right with you tomorrow, and this what's wrong with you today, and this what's right with you tomorrow.
And you don't want the same thing. You cannot make someone have. You get my brother Mike told, and Gigi reminded me of this all the time. Mm-hmm. She said, Mike said it. Mm-hmm. If you and Tracy just stay in your own lane and kind of worry about yourselves instead of, y'all will have a better peace. That don't mean that you don't love your loved one, but some people don't want what you want from them.
I told somebody that the other day. Was it you I was talking to? No, I was talking to somebody and said you can never involve yourself in someone else's affairs where you care more about their issue than they care about.
But yeah.
Right?
It took me years for that.
That's your, I ain't finna give more time to what should be bothering you. Right? So, I mean, and it's not selfish. It's just understanding. The Bible says, cast not your pearl to swine.
Oh, that's my favorite.
So you have to learn when to hold them and when to fold them. And some people just ain't worth your energy.
Well, I just learned that 10 years, in the last 11 years,
yeah.
And God took me to it and about like, listen, don't cast your pearls out there.
Man.
And then don't be frustrated. And then the flip side of that, if you're not doing it from your heart or from a godly place, don't do it.
And you got to stop letting tenure keep you attached to people. Right. Just because I've been knowing them 40 years. We've been friends 40 years. Let them ride. Let them ride. Let them do them. Let the decisions they make decide for you all what it is that tomorrow looks like. Right? So when you learn to do that, man, let it ride.
You've learned to do that.
Oh, yeah. I actually I really don't have a problem with doing it. It's just that you hate sometimes that you have to do it because you think people were better than they are. Right? But the revelation of it has to be revealed. That's God allowing people to be exposed, even if it's after 40 years, right? So you allow it. You know what I'm saying? Hell, the children of Israel walked around in the desert 40 years. So it take a long time for you to hear God sometimes, or God to reveal to you who He is and who ain't, right? So you let it ride.
Or He may have revealed it for you to accept it and want to see it. Because in the instances where we severed relationships, you severed one, some,
multiple,
and I severed a few since we've been together. The signs on a couple, they were always there.
Right.
It was the tenure and
right.
Well, I've been doing this long. That's who they are. No, but I don't have to accept it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And done are the days when you can't give me the same thing that I'm giving you.
Right. Or the actual action you take shows your heart.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
It shows who you really are, and that's the most overwhelming thing, is that you can be like, damn, you've been around me all this time, and that's how you get down. You know what I'm saying? That's what throw you off, because you're mad at yourself for allowing this person to be around you that long. You know what I'm saying? You kind of like, boy, girl, him, her, whoever. Yeah.
Right.
But it is what it is, and it doesn't change nothing with life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'll just say this and wrap it up. I so appreciate and I have so much gratitude in my life now for the small things.
Oh, absolutely.
I started doing it for real estate, keeping in contact with my contacts to see, and I started doing these what I call care calls, where I call back to Birmingham, and just check on people. I just once or twice a week, and it keeps me sane in traffic, so that's a good thing too. That I make these care calls, that I call and just check in with people, even if I just said something to you on Facebook. That's personal, but still kind of impersonal. Picking up the phone and hearing someone's voice and really letting them know, hey, I'm thinking about you.
Yeah.
You learn a lot, and it's been a blessing in these last 2 or 3 months because I've had calls that have really helped me and encouraged me. But then I don't take for granted what my presence is in someone's life now. You know what I'm saying? People don't have to like you. They don't have to crave to be in your company. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So when we get the friends together, I just had, my birthday, and thank you for just getting everybody together, and we had a good time. Turning up. And the people we've learned, and I had to tell my little sisters them, who show up is supposed to be here. Right. That didn't mean that people have stuff going on in their lives or whatever. But if you have a group of a few that want to spend time with you, want to show you the small things, the acts of love, just by driving 2 hours away or sending a card or
flying. Brian jumped on the plane, came down from Detroit.
You don't take that for granted.
You don't take it for granted.
You can't take that stuff for granted. You know what I'm saying?
Folks drove over from Birmingham.
People drove over from Birmingham.
Loved ones. Real deal loved ones.
Yeah. And then the ones that came in, I hated racing.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah, and the ones that couldn't come, didn't come. They caught us with a. But it's the little things. I think we did come up with a topic today. Okay. Do the little things.
Do the little things.
You know what I'm saying? Have gratitude for the things. I thank God for waking up in my right mind, or waking up.
At least some of
it. So disrespectful. It's a disrespectful. Listen.
I'm sorry, babe. I'm sorry you set yourself up for that one.
You ain't sorry. You're not sorry. You said it.
I'm sorry. You's a weirdo, cool. But you're right, man. I'm sorry. I play too much sometimes.
You play too. I think for you to grow up. That's how we ended up in the music store playing on them drums, and I'm looking like a fool. I might need to post that that video of us playing those drums. Lulu, like what? Y'all know what? Get you one. This is the coolest dog in the world.
Don't get no dog. We just have to get blessed with a cool dog. I'm telling you. That's my PSA for this evening.
Because we do have the coolest dog.
The coolest dog. I think she'd be eating gummies. THC gummies.
We don't have no gummies around here.
I know, but she be getting them from somewhere.
The neighbor.
She getting some dog gummies from somebody because she be always chilling. She like, man, I ain't got time for this.
Lulu, you gonna tell everybody bye? Blink your eye and say, ooh.
It has been another night with the Flemings just talking. We're just talking. This is what we do. So we're taking our car conversations, our house conversations, and we just sit here talking like we would any other time. So y'all go on over there and hit the subscribe button, turn the notifications on, and it's been Trey G. We out.
We out.
Deuces.